Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about all the houses that I lived in my life. So the first house I lived in was Jackson Street, and I lived there since the day I was born on July 27th, 2004. Andrew didn't live at that house until the day he was born on September 24th, 2006. So that house was where we never filmed any videos. Andrew did have a channel. He had his own. His own account. He started his own account on May 8th, 2013, when we were still living at that house. We had our dog Sissy, which we had her like in February 2013 because she was born around Christmas 2012. Our babysitter Barbara was there. Barbara's girlfriend Tonya. They're both lesbians, and Tonia's family, my friend Ashley, who was part of Tonia's family, all came over there. The Mexican family all came over here while Barbara was taking care of Bud, because you know that they're lesbians. So, even Barbara and her were lesbians. Were sleeping at the house, the Bud's house, and Tonia's children were all sleeping. Her children were Giselle, Mackenzie, and Ashley. And oh yeah, and also I don't know if Kayla and her brother were living there, but they were like sleeping in there for the long hallway bedrooms, like at Bud's room house, that they were like because they were like selling the house like for anyone else to live in. But anyways, getting back to the house we were living in on Jackson Street. So it was Bud was like didn't move there until like 2010 because Bud was like taken care of by Aunt Maureen, and which I'll talk about her later in another video. So we were it was like a fun times in the house. We had fun times, and we were playing around. We and one time it in 2013, my mother and my father were like they were like fighting, like they were fighting that much, and they were not physically but mentally. And one of the main reasons why they were separated, I'm not gonna like get into like personally the reasons, because I'm getting in trouble like on YouTube, but they had there was a fight that Steven and like was doing to my mother, or what my dad did to my mother, and she was telling us to like call the police, but we were like afraid. That's when they were like getting a divorce, like getting separated. But they didn't get a divorce until like January 2019, when our dad was hanging out with another lady who worked with our mother. Anyway, we were one of the biggest reason why we were moving out of the house, because our father was drunk at another house that was close to our house in Jackson Street, and he was like there was a party there. He was drunk. He fell down the steps and hit his head on the glass of the lamp, and then they thought he was dead, but he was still alive. He was laying on the floor, with blood spilling out on the floor, and they thought that they were murdering him, which they were not. They were thinking that our mother killed him, which she did not. That was bullshit about that. So that's why our mother did the right thing. I decided I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm going to like move out. So that's why we moved out of that house on January 14th, 2014, with the dog. We took the dog with us. And we left Bud and Steven behind. And that was the day when we moved into Montgomery Avenue. Montgomery Avenue, that's the house where we started the channel. Duskull and Esper. It's where we did. It's where we we did all these videos, and like that's so what happened in that house, why were we moving out of that house, is because oh yeah, and why why did we end the show of Duskull and Esper? because talking Pokemon because we were moving out. So, but why were we moving out of that house? Because we were not buying it, we were renting it, and we did not own it. So somebody had sold that house, and when did I move out of the house and start living at Ninth Street House? It was Independence Day 2018. So when did I last stayed in that house? When did I last go inside that house? It was when me and Andrew were watching Steven Universe episode when Bismuth was brought back. It was when we were because of the cable that we had cable that was not it was because we didn't have like cable at the other house because we were just moving in there, so we had to watch Steven Universe at that house. So July 5th, 2018 was when I last inside that house. So when the day when I was watching Steven Universe with Andrew, and so um I when did I last actually go to that property? It was when my the tips of my shoes were touching the under the floor of the porch, and I'm saying that because it was Halloween 2018 when I was dressing up as Lego Man, and we were like Andrew and I were like trick or treating from the guy who lived at that house right after we left. So now I'm gonna tell you guys about Ninth Street. Ninth Street is where we did the legendary house. It was also the house where unfortunately our grandmother passed away. It was also the where we did the FNAF series up in the attic. That's the house we did, but it had like dead roaches. Like I don't know if you guys could look at it. The floor was dark. If you look at the video, it was hot. It was hot up there. There was no air conditioner, and also it was expensive. Um, we even had to change roofs because of the rain. Um, But the reason we moved out of that house because we now bought a house where we can live in, where we cannot sell it, where we cannot rent it. Um, it's not because that somebody was selling it; it's because we bought that house, and also we didn't have to live where roaches are. So that's why we live here. So when did we start? When did we moved out of Ninth Street and lived in and moved into this house? It was the day before Fourth of July in 2008. No, 2021. It was literally the day before the third anniversary of us moving into Ninth Street House. So, how did we move out? It was we were like going into in a truck, like there was like a huge van, like had a white van where we carry all the stuff to the house, and our dad was like taking us to the house, like. And one was funny. We like literally hit the house. Uh, we hit the garage door, the right garage door. It was a minor hit. Our father told us not to tell our mother about it. So our father that and then after that, our mother came out the door and she said, "Welcome home, kids." And so that's where we. That's yeah. So we never go back to the inside the Ninth Street house again. It was I did walk past by that house, on the sidewalk next to it to go down to the apartment where my dad lived. So he still lives there now. Back then in Ninth Street, we used to like walk from that sidewalk down to that apartment. That's where we first lived. Not first live. That's where we don't have to take didn't have to take a car. We just walked down there. So we actually did go back to Jackson Street after we were separated. I was like, when our mother like take us to our dad's house or have our dad like when we were going to our dad's house uh because she was working. I was like, really? I thought seriously. You gotta be kidding. I thought that was it with our dad. I thought we were never gonna see him again. But it just turns out, that it's because, because where else could we go while she was at work? So, also, like, literally, he couldn't, like, clean up the poop or our dog was pooping. So it was, like, poop everywhere. Seriously. And I literally did not like that. We had to move into that house. I mean, we had to go to that house again, and we had to sleep with him, like sleep over with him. I fucking hated that. Even with a grandmother, like while she was with her grandmother, we had to sleep over at his house. So I want to tell you guys this that I'm trying to think. Hang on, let me think. Um so we were like uh we last went into that house uh either 2019 or 20, most likely in 2019. But I remember like in 2000 February 20th was when Bud moved out of the house and went into that first apartment they lived in, and our dad didn't move out until the 24th. And they stayed there. But him and Bud stayed there, like had all Barbara, Heather, the nurses, like take care of him while we were watching stuff on TV. And they moved out of there on March 11th, 2021. And Bud stayed there until he died. But our dad still lives in that second apartment. I walked down the street to to his apartment all by myself after moving out of Ninth Street. When to that second apartment, it was after Bud died. It was about a year after he died. So, um, but that house is just a like. I'm glad that we don't have to go to that house anymore, Jackson Street, because he still goes to that house. He still owns that house. Our dad. So it is literally a mess. It was literally a mess. Grass growing taller. We had to get rid of the playground that we had because it was getting old. Playhouse was gone. People had to lawn mow it, like, and then people broke in, go and stole stuff in, like, seriously. And the window was broken. We took a picture of it. I took a picture of it when Sheila drove me there, and after I took a picture of it, we left. And, like, seriously. Our dad's old car, a Honda, was left there. That blue car, but Bud was left there. It's just a nasty. It's like a homeless place. Like even Nova was asking, "Well, does your dad still live in that house?" And I was like, "Yes." It's just embarrassing. Nova is a sister to Bryce, who they used to hang out with us, and then our house was their house was like here, and our like two houses away beside ours. And then if it, like to my I'm looking their house, and then this our house, and over there, like behind it, that little forest was Makai's house and his brother Malachi. I don't know if he met Makai had any other siblings, but Bryce, I don't know if he had a second sister, but I think they're the only two children. So, anyways, they that's that's what it was like at Jackson Street. But I'm gonna tell you guys now that I got all that out of the way, I'm gonna tell you guys this: the last time I was at that house was when or like the day last day I was at the Jack the no 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 the Montgomery Avenue house. It was when me and Andrew were fighting after Seniors was over the episode. This is the fireplace. It was like a black chalkboard, and then there was like a black brick painted. I mean bricks that were painted gray. And he bashed my head on the wall. Now there's a invisible scar. You can't see it, but it's left there. It was like bruised, and I fucking hate that. So I don't like it when all these people had to treat me this way. Andrew, Steven, and Michelle. That's why I have a good friend named Kim, my mom's sister-in-law, the wife of my maternal uncle, Chris. So, what I'm gonna say last before I end off this video, my my dad was like lighting. So the reason why I took down the 4th of July video was because uh the video that I did that discussed about it what happened, so I'm gonna tell you guys this again, cause I took the video down because of it could have been extreme cussing and all that, yelling, so I didn't like. Um, anyways, so I'm gonna tell you guys this again, that I said asshole in the beginning of the video because I called my dad an asshole because he started off the fireworks before I even started filming. I told him not to, but he didn't listen to me. So um, Andrew, my father, when I was saying, was that it? And then my dad said, that no, that's not it, something like that. And my Andrew said, no. He said it with a question mark, saying I should have known. And they're telling me that I should have known because of because there were only a little bit of fireworks that they just started. And I fucking hate that. So fuck Andrew and my dad for saying, no, that's not it. No, fuck them for saying that. So that is it for this video, and also fuck my father for starting off the fireworks before I started filming. So that is it for this whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, with all the the journey with the all the houses that I'm living in, and yeah. So take care.